How's it going, guys? It is Venom Search here, and welcome back to the VENOM Syndicate server. Last episode, we just started our base here behind my head, and on the inside here, we got this lovely view, and then the amazing pillar of awesomeness. Now, I've been farming and grinding a bit off camera here, so in the last episode, we talked about the mob despawning issues, so I am doing some tests. There was only one source of despawning that Mojang was aware of, which was when mobs cross over a chunk border. Now, I don't know if this is chunk lined or not, but that is the entire point of this test. We have 3 chickens and 3 cows. I'm also going to put in some 3 sheep somewhere over there, and we will see if they ever despawn. If they never do throughout the entire process of building this base, we'll throw in some villagers so we can get some good gear and enchants. Now, I have been making a little bit of progress, so I made a little map here just so we can see our base. This is actually a nether portal that spawned a perfect arrow somehow. I don't know how that's possible, but I believe 00 is right there. This is where my dad's base is, I believe. It might be down here, actually. But we are right up in this hill here. Now, I've expanded our storage a little bit. I have gone mining again. I went strip mining and found tons of big open areas, including a giant iron ore vein mine. Now, I actually got about 16 blocks of this just from normal iron mining, but from that one vein, I just went until my pickaxes broke. There was like 5 pickaxes, so we got a lot of iron. That's to add to our already 24 blocks, so we are actually going to be looking pretty rich here. I've also been doing some log mining, which I hate. Then we've also got some snow and just general materials here. I have started the bamboo farm a little bit, as well as some sugar cane. But in today's episode, I've been really tired of using this very ugly and crappy cobblestone staircase, and I want to fix that. So I am hoping in today's episode we can get some sort of pathway to our base. Currently, my dad's base is over there at 00, 400 blocks away. You can easily take the river here, but then you have to go through the dense dark oak forest and then find your way to the cobble path and then parkour up. So I have planned out a pathway that'll go through here. It'll cut through a bit of this mountain here, then crawl down here, kind of following this dirt path, and then out into the river. Now, I don't know if we have enough resources for this, but hopefully we can get that done in today's episode. And I also want to go to the Nether. I've been working on a creative world, trying to design and come up with some base ideas for this, and I am using end rods like crazy, which means we need to do 2 things. We need to go to the end and make a blaze farm. This world is already beaten the end, so technically we could just go straight there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fight the Ender Dragon, and then we can go end busting. But first, I want to make a blaze farm. As for the mine here, I have not adjusted any of this stuff here. I did actually look around. I have not found a geode yet, and I would love to make a geode because stained glass is amazing. But down here, I have started doing some poke holes. So to do this, you can just get some water going. On Java, it's a lot easier. We have to enter swimming with water, and then we can get into this. But down here, at the end of this tunnel, opens up into a cave. And I went exploring just a little bit, and I believe it's up here now. Yeah, up here. This is where I get glow ink sacks. These things spawn like crazy in here, so I'll just go around and mine in here for ink sacks. But over here on this side of the room, we ran into a mine shaft, and it is not just any mine shaft. Also, by the way, as a cool trick, you can actually climb these. As they get lower, their hitbox actually gets lower, so when they're at the very tips, you can climb these pillars, which are amazing. But look at this. It opens up into a giant crevice that then opens up into this, which I did find tons of these minecart chests. But I mean, and this thing expands for a freaking long time, and I got lost in here for hours. This is also where I got some of my iron though, so like most of this andesite's actually iron veins. But what's crazy to me is even in all of this, I still haven't found a geode. And there actually wasn't many diamonds either. I know they nerfed the amount of diamonds that spawn on Bedrock now, but I was kind of shocked. So currently I'm planning on going to make the blaze farm with my dad, and he does not want to be on these videos, so I will respect that. So I will not be recording some of the nether stuff. What I'm planning on doing is I'll go to the nether with him. Maybe we can also explore first before we go with him, but we'll go to the nether. He's wanting to make, oh, that's nice and cuddly. He's wanting to make another skeleton farm, and I'm going to be helping him with that because he doesn't entirely know how mob mechanics work. So I'll be helping him build that, but at the same time, we're going to be scouting for a blaze farm. So then we can make a automatic XP blaze farm for us that also gives us good fuel, because right now I am suffering for fuel. We are using all of our coal on torches like crazy with all these big vast open areas that the cave and cliff update has provided us. So my torches are going through like crazy, which means no fuel for my furnaces. If you look through my furnaces, we got 5, 2, 0, none in this chest, 13 in this chest. That is all my coal. So now obviously there's like coal in this room and stuff, but having blaze rods for fuel infinitely is a lot easier and better. Usually I would do a kelp farm, but that's also a lot more work. So this is going to be great. And we'll have a source of XP, which means we can enchant properly. Speaking of enchanting, I've been holding this off for you guys. I want to get enchanting. We have quite a bit of leather. I've been killing all the cows I see, so let's make some enchants. We also got a lot of bows, and I actually got 2 tridents, so we could actually get a good weapon if we can get some good enchants on these. And maybe I can buy some mending off of my brother, because he has villagers that haven't despawned yet, so maybe we can use some of those. And just like that, we have our enchanting table. Very exciting. I am hoping we can get some silk touch going. Does not look like we're going to be getting silk touch today though, although we only got this once. I mean, we could build some bookshelves, but that is a lot more work, and we would need to move it somewhere, so I'll wait on that. Okay guys, so it has been a couple of days in between clips here, and if you look down at my hotbar, you notice something different, a little shiny, a little zoomy. That's right. In my exploring endeavors, we found a geode. Sadly, it is nowhere near our base, so we're not going to make a farm out of that, but we have this now. So now we can spy in on our neighbors, who is our own base, or our neighbors out into the void. But this thing, we got freaking lucky. This was a level 30 enchant that showed Unbreaking 3. I hit it and it gave me this. I was hoping, I was going to originally turn this into a silk touch pickaxe, but not the case anymore. Now previously I had talked about going to the nether, and as you can see up in that corner, that is what my father and I had done. We went to the nether, and specifically me, for the first day, I made a freaking long boat tunnel of ice. The first fortress that we found on this world had 2 places where blaze spawners should be, and they're not there. Someone broke them, or they just never spawned for some reason. But I found a fortress that did have a blaze spawner, 2 in fact, so I could have made a double blaze spawner, but too complicated, I'm not dealing with that. So let's go into the nether. Let's actually get geared up first before we do something stupid. Also, this is just a little bit, so this is the main loot I actually got from the nether, but we did do some like general mining and stuff. I made a long tunnel. Also, cows are still here, chickens are still here. I also figured out that if things are despawning by chunk borders, this farm right here is cut in between the corners of 4 different chunks. One here, 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 and here. So they are constantly crossing chunk borders and never despawned yet. So into the nether here, I made this little tunnel here. Down there is my father's nether portal, which goes to his base. But then up here is the super long, and I mean super long, tunnel. So originally it took me about 15 to 20 minutes to parkour very dangerously to the nether fortress. As you can see here, I'm talking in real life time. This is not sped up, this is actually real time. We're already here. So in the nether here, I think my dad actually left it on peaceful. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's a little anticlimactic, but we got a spawner here and a spawner there, which I'll show in a second. We made this giant platform so we can start killing some wither skeletons. That is, I did find there is a single block that activates both spawners, but it's way too complicated and a lot of work. Now I slabbed everything within the radius of this spawner. Now this is actually using a very old spawner style. So this is from a video of Silent Whisperer from 4 years ago. I actually prefer this version over the newer version that he created, which uses lava. He used lava to push the blazes, and while it works, the lava takes a very long time to push the blazes, which does slow down the farm a bit. So I just stuck with this. Yeah, it's more expensive using pistons everywhere, but they basically spawn in, land on the pressure plates here, which are at my head level, get pushed, and then fall all the way down here. What I like about this one too, it has a crusher technique. So first you can lock them out. So now you got a chamber up there and a chamber down here. You press the button, they get suffocated for a certain amount of time that leaves them perfectly at half a heart. It is a beautiful, awesome design for a farm. So this is our kind of little setup so far, and I did do a little bit of farming. That's why I got those enchanted diamond pickaxe. We got our enchant set up here. Yeah, so this is where I'll be spending the next couple of days here. Diamond pickaxe was not the only thing that I enchanted. I only had enough levels for a while to only level 30 enchant 2 items. One of which is a trident that I had discovered. Now I actually have 2 tridents and a lot of bows here. I tried getting a bow, but it's a crappy enchant. So I actually got 2 tridents on the level 30 enchant. This one right here said that it would give me impaling 4. So I clicked on it. It gave me that. And then my second enchant was the diamond pickaxe. I don't know what my luck is. I usually have awful luck when it comes to enchanting, but I guess the enchanting gods decided to give me this, and so now we have a great trident. I want to get a riptide one as well, and then now we just need a silk touch one. Now we do have some ender pearls, and now that we have as many blaze rods as we want, we can make some ender chests and stuff, so we can actually get started with also decorating our base, because a lot of the lighting I want uses end rods, so we will need to go to the end, which means I need to get some gas tiers because I want to kill the dragon again, but we've already killed it on the server, so I'll need to respawn it. So guys, I've been cutting down our forest here. I wasn't sure at first how the outside of our base was going to go. I only had plans for the inside, but something I want to try to do this time around, I've never really done this with builds, is work on making a story. Usually I'll just make a build, it might look cool. I usually don't do organic stuff like the decoration in here, but usually I'd make it look nice and then just leave it be, and then I would just have it be like a survival base. So first I want to try out the new interior stuff, but I also want it to have this story feeling. And I have been working on a copy world of this, and I am really happy with how it's going so far. And it is going to be a story between a fight from the light versus the dark. But in order for that to happen, we need to clear out all this area. Now, I don't want to chop down all these trees. I hate chopping down trees, it's annoying, so I'm probably going to burn down a lot of this, but I am going to need a lot of birch and oak, so I'm probably going to be keeping these. But it would be best to get all these trees mined rather than burned. If you can't tell, we have enchantments. I've been working at the Blaze farm. I've just been enchanting random pickaxes for going mining and general tools, but the armor, I actually got a nice boots and a nice helmet, and then a pretty decent chest plate, and then I just kind of meh legs. So I've continued mining, and I actually got half a stack of diamonds, got all these goodies here. I haven't really organized yet. I did get a silk touch, pretty good iron pick, and then you guys already saw that. And I am cooking up a lot of extra goodies in here. Nothing else inside the base has really changed here. The mobs still haven't despawned, so I think that despawn glitch might be gone now. Now, with all this tree clearage, it's going to be harder to take a look at the base. And it's actually kind of nice being able to have this much more open. And it will have this open feeling once we're done here. But I really want to get to the end because a lot of the build I need to do is going to require resources that are very hard to get, and I don't want to do that in crappy iron gear. I want an elytra, I want to fly, so that way we can get access to this, because this uses a lot of nether blocks. We need a soul sand valley, and I have not found a single one yet in our world, so I'm going to need wings to fly around and try to get this place going. We also need some stuff from the end. So we have the blaze farm going, which is perfect for our end rods, but we still need the chorus fruit. So we need to get to the end as soon as possible. So I don't know if we'll get to there in today's episode, but I want to at least get the gear ready to do that. And I honestly feel like the gear we're using right now is already good enough, but we need gas tiers, which I don't have a bow yet either, which is something I'll need to work on. While we have this cool cave down here, I have not done anything with it in my testing yet. I'm probably just gonna cover that up since our mine, which we will have its own pathway as well. I'll probably clear out these trees as well. Our mine here, since it's already in here, I'm probably gonna end up like lighting up some of these caves or something. Oh no. Thank goodness we have feather falling. Well, that did not go planned at all. I guess I should be more careful when I'm jumping. Okay, that was scary. I definitely felt my heartbeat there skip a beat. So down in the mines here, so I was doing that for cobblestone and general like granite, andesite, stuff like that. But I wanted more diamonds, so we added another area down here where I just started poke holing as well. And this is actually the best way to get diamonds now, since they generate more often at the bottom. So guys, I was talking to my brother, and apparently he decided to keep working on the villagers. So we do actually have villagers, and they have not despawned yet. So at some point, once we kill the Ender Dragon and get an elytra, I'm going to fly over to his area and get some mending and unbreaking. He is like 1,000 or 2,000 blocks away, so it's going to be a long journey if I were to go on foot. Now, as you can see from up here, we have a very vertical area, and I plan on getting rid of all of these on this side of the river. All these trees are going. I don't know how far back I want to go with that way yet, but as you'll see once we get started with the storyline in our base, you can kind of see where I'm going with, but I know for sure all of this nearby area needs to go. And while that looks ugly, that is our new method of looking at our base since the trees are gone. Now, as far as the inside of our base, I do have ideas already built up for the decorations. But once again, it uses a lot of things like end rods and glass, and we do not have the great tools to harvest all of that. So I think at this point, we already got a main barrier here. I've not had anything come through this wall yet, and everything's lit up as well. So I think we're honestly pretty safe. especially all the way back here. Nothing really aggroes me, so I think I'm just gonna keep working on getting more tools, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep this strip yet. I haven't done anything yet that'll include that in the base, but most of the decoration stuff I've been doing has been in this area, so we shall see. So guys, it's been a couple of days of hard grinding in between clips here. So I have cleared out this area here and then a bit out there. I've been currently getting more trees going. We've been needing more spruce, and so as you can see here, I've been doing a lot of log mining, and I hate log mining. It is the #1 thing I hate most in this game. I'd rather deal with villagers than mine wood for some reason. So this is a lot to me. Now, if you haven't noticed, a lot has changed. We ended up getting so many resources from grinding that I had to extend this chest monster. So in the nether, we actually found a soul sand valley. So we got a bit of soul sand, and then we also got a lot of soul soil, which we'll need a lot. I also got a lot of clay blocks. That is the main block we're going to be using for our biome, as well as tuff and a bit of deep slate. I moved all my plant stuff into here. All of our tools are into here, and as you can see, I got quite a few more tridents. Got all of our food and mob drops in this chest. I don't know what's going to go in this row yet, but this is our general overland blocks. This is our miscellaneous building blocks, and here is our richides. Now, I did decide to go to my brother's base because I realized that if I am to go to the end and get an elytra, it'd be better if I already have mending and unbreaking. So I went to my brother's base to trade with the villagers, and he had an armorer who was selling diamond breastplate and feet. So I worked on enchanting, and we got almost maxed out boots, but we got maxed out breastplate with the mending and everything. I also threw mending on my trident. We got a crappy bow, and then I threw mending on our fortune pickaxe. I also bought a ton of extra books, so that way once I am in the end and get an elytra and everything, I can throw this on. When I was in the nether, I actually found 1 ancient debris, which is amazing, and my father is actually nice enough. He got a bee nest, and he believes there should be at least a couple bees in here, so we can start a honey farm soon. Now, I also decided that since it's been about a month since the last episode, I'm going to make a map for each month on the 22nd of our progress. Now, this was a map level 2 or 3, so I made a zoomed in one. So this is our base right here, and this is kind of where it's been cleared out. That's not what's actually outside right now. There's been a lot of changes. Now, I've added a little wheat farm for our animals who still haven't despawned yet, and I also added a netherwort farm behind our setup here. Now, I also needed a lot of basalt, so I made a little basalt setup here. Now, when you're doing these, sometimes the blocks can go into the lava and get destroyed. First of all, I have an obsidian pit block behind there, so I don't break anything. But then in this block of soul soil, I pushed a minecart hopper in, so that way it'll automatically pick up very quickly. I have also decided to make a temporary small super smelter. Most of the stuff in here is going to be temporary, everything's going to move, so I don't want to make fully automatic farms just yet. So this is just a very simple, just flick it on and off for the fuel in the top part, whatever. And we are of course using the blaze rods for fuel since we have a blaze farm. Now that we have, I'll explain what this rail is in a bit, but now that we have all this wood cleared out, let's start making our front path. Okay guys, so there's been a lot of stuff going on in this episode, and I decided to keep out this building process and just show you guys the after result. Now, this is not what it's going to be once we start making our biome. I just have a straight staircase down there so we can easily run up. Now, it's this very old kind of wooden pathway that's on stilts, and it connects up to our base here. I will give you guys a little bit of a hint. It doesn't look like it right now, but this is going to be some type of futuristic secret lab type thing, and they're here to analyze a special object which you guys will see in the future. But down here, so we got our little entrance here, everything's lit up nice. We just got a nice little pathway up here to our balcony, so now it's nice and quick to get up there, and we have a nice beautiful view. Besides these 4 trees here, which I've been using to mine spruce, once these go down it'll be nicer and flat. We're not going to have these trees either. I'm still going to expand, but I don't want to mine more wood right now. Now for this. I have decided to do something. So I want a beacon, and to make a beacon you need to have a lot of resources, like ore blocks, but I don't have a lot. I also need a lot of iron for mob farms and for auto sorting systems, so I decided let's make an iron farm. My dad already has some villagers, so as you can see here, I've made a villager breeder. I also made some carrots for food to continue breeding. So this is a very simple design. This specific design, I watched a video from Waddles. We got these 2 are the parents, and this is very similar to how all breeders work. They can't walk out because of that trap door, but the babies can. They think this is a full block, so they come over, fall into the water. They're then staying underneath of that sign. When they grow into adults, their heads hit the water, they swim up, and then now they're here. So it sorts out the babies, and it's a nice and just simple farm. I also threw a lightning rod up on top of that so that none of them turn to witches. When I'm ready for them, we're going to pick them up from this spot here. We're going to boat them over to my base. So we'll offload them here, and we'll minecart them up this hole here, which shoots them up at the top of my mountain. We go all the way down here, and right here will be our iron farm. This spot here is right above our base. This is actually where our water column will be once we get an elevator going, and our iron farm will be right here in this large flat area. I'm going to use a special design, you guys will see it later. It's made by Silent Whisperer that has a trading hall and a iron farm combined. Now this is a scary sight, just seeing how far down everything is. Like, this is what our new update has done. I'm not even at the tallest tree, and we're already losing sight. Like, this is tall. Thankfully we got feather falling. Nothing's changed down in the mine. I've just been strip mining like normal. But yeah guys, I think I'm ready to fight the Ender Dragon. We got good enchantments going on here. We got a bow so we can take down those end crystals, and we have a kind of okay sword. So in the next episode we're going to go to the end and take out the Ender Dragon. Now I may not show much of it just because it's a generic fight that you see everybody do all the time. Same with the end city busting. But if there's something very good that I happen to find in the end cities, then I'll show you guys some small clips. But hopefully in the next episode we can start working on the biome and the corruption. But to do that, first we'll need an elytra, because the main thing that I need to look for is a lot of crying obsidian. And the best way to do that is fly around looking for portals. If you guys enjoy this content, we play tons of other games on this channel, such as Destiny 2, Elder Scrolls Online tutorials, God of War. There's plenty of content on here. Like and subscribe if you guys want to join the VENOM Syndicate and help our community and channel grow. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.